you're an Izzet player, you're going to love Adelis, the Cinder Wind. She can be a commander, or just like in a wizard tribal deck, right? Flying haste, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, wizards you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. It's actually pretty fun. I really like that mechanic. And if you run something like the clock or whatever, then you just end the turn, or any of those spells that end the turn, then your wizards just keep that +1/+1. And you can do something fun with that. Or you could put this in something like Balmor, the Battle Mage Captain deck. So when he says, you know, whenever to cast an instant or sorcery, your creatures get +1/+0 and trample until end of turn. So basically the same thing, but I don't know, get with the keyword, or similar to the same thing, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. Pretty fun commanders there. Speaking of casting instants or sorceries, we are in Izzet, so we got Blister Coiled Weird. It just costs a single Izzet mana, so blue or red, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and then untap it. There's got to be some sort of combo with this, right? Tap something to add whatever, and then untap it. I don't know if there's a way to loop that, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Cerebral Vortex. This one's got some funky art, but look at those sideburns. I don't want those sideburns. Anyway, it's an instant. Target player draws 2 cards, and then this deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards they've drawn this turn. So at minimum, this is 2 damage to a player. But if somebody's playing some crazy card draw deck, like some of my friends do, this could potentially deal a lot of damage, and that's just fun. All right, another commander incoming. We got Dalikos, Crafter of Wonders. I feel like this one kind of flew under the radar when Theros Beyond Death came out, but it taps for colorless, and to cast artifacts and activate abilities of artifacts. So it's actually quite the amount of mana for, you know, 3 to get 2 for artifact stuff. And then specifically, he kind of likes equipments, because equipped creatures you control have flying and haste. Now, you don't necessarily have to make an equipment deck, but the mana he spends can be used for an equip cost, or you could just use it to do just basic artifacts or whatever, because you got a mana dork in the command zone. That could be pretty useful. So anyway, this guy could go anywhere as well. Collected Conjuring is a sorcery for 2 blue-red. Exile the top 6 cards of your library. You may cast up to 2 sorcery cards with CMC 3 or less from among them without paying their mana costs. And then you put the exiled cards not cast this way on the bottom. So let's show sorceries some love. I really like sorceries, and for efficiency, they're not nearly as good as instants, of course, but sometimes a nice sorcery should just be fun. And casting some little sorceries, which could be just really fun and interesting. So I kind of like this one. Just kind of set it off to the side, maybe, if you want, for your next deck. I don't know. Alrighty then, do you guys like Overload? Because I love Overload. If you like dragons as well, this card's for you. Dragon Shift, 1 blue-red. It's got Overload. You make one of your creatures become a 4/4 blue and red dragon that loses all abilities and gains flying. However, you can pay its overload cost, and all your creatures can become 4/4s with flying. And that's just so interesting. I just really like it. Running in some sort of, you know, little creature deck, or something silly. Put it in a 3-color deck or 4-color deck, whatever, what have you. Just turn them all into dragons for the turn. That could be a win con. I really appreciate this card. And now we've got this Smuggler. It's Marchesa Smuggler, blue-red. It's with Dethrone, and then you can pay 1 blue-red to target creature you control gains haste till end of turn, and it can't be blocked. Haste and unblockable. That's pretty freaking good. Also, whenever this creature attacks the player with the most life, or type for most life, put the +1/+1 counter on it. So you could just do it for itself, or, you know, you could put this on Voltron deck to swing in with your commander, or, you know, whatever it is, Infect, or I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. But look, this could go pretty hard, and you don't have to tap this. You just pay the 3, and it just gains haste and unblockable. It's just something that can be done for each of your creatures if you got enough mana, or, you know, whatever you want. It's really nice just to have on a stick. I told you I like Overload because the next one is Teleportal, blue and a red for a sorcery. Look at that. Sorceries, love them. Target creature you control gets 1/0 and unblockable this turn. Can you guys sense a theme in this video? Or you can overload it for 5 and 3 blue-red, and then each creature you control gets +1/+1 unblockable for the turn, which I don't need to tell you guys is very significant. This thing's so cool. A Master of the Way. Look, another sorcery. I'm telling you guys, some of these are pretty fun. But it's 3 blue-red, Draw a card, Master the Way deals damage to target creature or player, so any target, equal to the number of cards in your hand. Look at that. Another card draw thing from kind of backwards from what we were talking about earlier. But if we've got something that's, you know, real crazy, like in my Izzet deck where you're drawing a bunch of cards, this one could potentially be pretty cool. And you just deal damage to somebody equal to, I don't know, your library. If you've got, you know, the tried and true, you cast Omniscience and then you cast Enter the Infinite and then you cast this. Oh, it's just so fun. I don't know, just so much mana, but just hilarious combos that could be really quite fun. All right, lastly, we've got Role Reversal. I don't know how many of you have seen this card, but you pay blue, red for another sorcery, and you exchange control of 2 target permanents that share a permanent type. So you could be like, hey, I want to switch your, as you see in the art, I want to switch my 1/1 goblin for your giant sphinx creature or giant dinosaur or whatever it is. Or you could just be like, oh, look, I've got a single, I don't know, rock artifact. I'm going to exchange this for your soul ring. It's just really funny. I love this kind of a thing. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these cards in the comments. And thank you to Milkman and Proxies and TCGplayer. Affiliate links are below. And I have not been doing this. I'm so sorry. Thank you to my Patreon subscribers. You guys are awesome. And I am in debt to you guys. You're so great. And I am continued to be in awe of your generosity. So thank you so much. And I will catch all of you next week for your weekly dose of magic.